Fangio just said that because of the situation right now, you get to see who the whiners are and the bitchers are, or the bitches are. We haven't fully been able to diagnose which one he said there, but I am both of those. So I just want to have a toast to the whiners and the bitchers.
Henry, that's for
thank you.
Cheers, boys.
We are in Broncos country after all.
We sure are.
And
we don't harbor whiners or bitchers, and that's why we are drinking at 9 a.m.
Yes,
because we are neither of those. Well, Ryan is, but
Ryan Koenigsberg here, joined by Andre Simone and Henry Chisholm. It's the Tailgate. Thanks for coming to the Tailgate. And I hope you're cracking open a Breckenridge brew while you're at it as well, and probably opening up your DraftKings app while you're watching this on the TV and getting in on all that goodness. Okay, so you know how we start the Tailgate. We light the grill, and we begin with hot topics. Usually we start with hot takes. We're going hot topics today. Obviously, the hot topic here is that the Broncos got the shaft from the NFL. As I tweeted out, it's basically like you went to school all week. Then they said, hey, we just need you to come into class on Saturday. Trust us on this one. You're like, okay. Then on Sunday, they said, hey, that was spring break. See you tomorrow. That's exactly what just happened to the Denver Broncos, and the players are upset. Understandably, the fans are upset, understandably, and it's a really, really bad situation for a team that did nothing to deserve this.
Yeah.
Actually has done the opposite, has done everything to deserve to play a game. Extremely unfortunate that with what's happened with the Patriots, we had this game rescheduled and now postponed, and eliminating the bye week really does mess with the schedule and the ability for the Broncos to get right. You could also argue, though, for one of the most injured teams in the NFL, if not the most injured team in the NFL, maybe this bye week comes at just the right time, and maybe it's not horrible that they were able to practice during this shortened offseason and get right. It also should mean Drew Lock, Phil Lindsay, these guys will be in better health come next week. This could really be low-key a turning point in the Broncos season.
Yeah, and it's frustrating, but it's not a huge surprise. Like, this is what we all kind of expected to happen at least a couple times throughout the season, that you'd run into situations like this. Yeah. For some reason, like, there's this thing where because it's the Patriots who got sick and not the Broncos, it feels like it's undeserved. But I'm sure the people on the Patriots team, outside of, like, maybe somebody did go out and do something dumb and that's how they got it, or maybe somebody coughed on their hand when they dropped off their food and then they touched it and that's how they got sick and they didn't deserve it either. But for most of the Patriots, I'm sure it's really frustrating too. I'm done sympathizing with them now, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's their fault. You know, like, it's like the Broncos are the second child who doesn't get to go to Disney World because the first child threw a temper tantrum on the way to the airport. You know, like,
it's true.
That's what's happening here. And so, like, I don't have sympathy for the first child. Now, some of those players, it's not their fault, but just as a team, especially in football, like, the coaches will tell you, you're all responsible for each other's actions. Mm-hmm. And you're right. Maybe it was a fluky thing, but you hear that, like, Cam Newton and Stephon Gilmore were out to dinner, and then Stephon Gilmore still went and came and played the next day. Like, it seems like they're being irresponsible to me. Mm-hmm. And the Broncos have really been one of the example teams of how to handle this in the NFL. So they
had the mister.
Why just put one of those in the locker room and play the game, right?
Exactly.
So it's a bummer, but I think you guys are both right about a couple things. One, you knew coming into this, and if you listen to the way that Brandon McManus, who's the Broncos rep with the NFLPA, speaks about these things, he's the one who's most aware of what they agreed to, and this is part of it. Everyone knew there was going to be movement in the schedule. Everyone knew there was going to be weird situations. Everyone knew there was going to be game postponements and game cancellations. I think the players' main frustration here is that the NFL is being reactive rather than proactive. Because if the NFL, was smart, if a team has a positive test in the week leading up to a game, just cancel the game right then and there. Yeah. Especially if the contact tracing comes back and you say, okay, they were in contact with a few people. Mm-hmm. Let's not do anything here. Let's just, let's take our precautions and just say, let's move this game now. Because if you did this on Monday, which is when it came out, or no, Tuesday is when it came out that Stephon Gilmore tested positive. Mm-hmm. If you do it then, no one's mad right now.
Right.
They're, they feel like they got the short end of the stick, again, because the Broncos didn't do anything to deserve this, but they didn't miss out on their bye week.
Yeah.
And in a season when injuries are at an all-time high, it especially sucks that the Broncos aren't going to get their bye week. They had the best bye week you can get, the Week 8 bye, and now it's just it's rough for them out there. It's not fair, but fairness isn't really what we were expecting when this all happened. The other thing I really agree with that you said, Andre, is they also could use a bye week right now. Philip Lindsay said he's back at 100%, so that's good to hear. But you also have Drew Lock. And we've said from the day last season ended, this season's all about Drew Lock.
All about Drew Lock.
It's kind of nice that Drew Lock will have missed 3 games. You can pretty much always expect to lose your starting quarterback, or you should be planning going into every season that you're going to lose your starting quarterback for 3 games.
Yeah.
So now Drew Lock gets to play. Yes, of course, Cam Newton also gets to play, which might be another disadvantage for the Broncos in this game. And we'll talk about that with my hot take here in a second. But that was impressive, Allie.
Producer Allie.
Allie just crawled under the camera to get her coffee. The things we'll do. But it is all about Drew Lock. And now you get more Drew Lock, which if you take a step back and you don't think about what's fair to the players and all those things, and if you just come down to evaluating this season for the Denver Broncos, that's an advantage.
That's what matters.
It's huge. It's so huge. And everybody's been talking about like them potentially getting Cam back now. First of all, we have no idea how long it's going to take to get 2 negative tests. Like, that's just a weird timeline for everybody. But also you get Drew Lock back. And I feel like that's just as important. I know that I said, like, Brett Rippon or Jeff Driscoll versus Drew Lock at this point isn't that big of a difference. It's a pretty big difference.
Yeah,
it turned out to be a pretty big difference.
Yeah, that was a dumb take.
That was a terrible take. Drew Lock is much better than I gave him credit for right now. But that's why getting him back, especially when you're missing so many other pieces, I think that this is going to be good. And it sucks right now, but also having 2 weeks to prepare for the Patriots. Meanwhile, the Patriots are going through the mess they're going through with facilities opening and closing and opening and closing. I mean, I think they're going to go out there and still win. I hope just the attitude needs to be right.
You sounded really confident when you said that.
I am very confident.
They're going to go out there and win.
Thanks, Ryan.
Okay, so that's the news of the morning. Terrible way to wake up. Everyone around can agree with that. Like, we all woke up to finding out that the Broncos game was canceled. That sucks. That's like that's one of the worst wake ups of the season. Got to be honest. So now we move on to hot takes, and I'll start here because I have a hot one. So all week,
Does this mean it's time to light the grill?
the grill is being lit right now with the hot topics.
With your hot topic, where you are skipping me, because usually I lead off.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, and you give us a parlay.
Your lighter was left out in the cold last night, so I don't trust you to light the grill.
Our polls on Twitter would suggest otherwise. Please.
Okay, whatever.
I'm done with my interruptions, though.
So this is more of a conspiracy theory, which I believe can also fit in the category of a hot take. And
might be a spicy take.
you remember the old like War of the Worlds thing that happened on the radio that everyone believed was real? Mm-hmm. Like, don't take me out of context and say that this is like, don't War of the Worlds me is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But this has some legs. So.
My goodness, I feel like you're just trying to make it as hard as possible for me to ask this poll question with your take.
Yeah,
You're like
absolutely.
World of Wars, conspiracy
World of
theory,
Wars.
whatever you
Couldn't even
said.
get the first 3 words right.
War of the
Whatever.
Worlds.
Okay, so, and I'm not talking about the movie featuring Tom Cruise. Was that War of the
Brad
Worlds?
Pitt, I think.
No.
That movie gave me nightmares. Maybe that's why it just subconsciously came
Okay.
up.
So the Patriots all week. First of all, this game is scheduled for Sunday. But then Cam Newton has COVID, so, if he's going to get back, they might need to move this game to Monday. Oh, okay, now the game's Monday. Well, yesterday, it started to become clear that Cam Newton probably wasn't going to be available on Monday. And so a lot of people think the NFL is screwing over the Denver Broncos. I don't think so. But I do know there's a guy on the other side who likes to wear a hoodie, who will do whatever it takes to win. So I don't think it's inconceivable to believe that Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots doctored a test to make it look like they had a positive to get this game postponed to next week so they can have their quarterback back.
I can't say the thought hasn't crossed my mind. I think that there's a very real chance that that's what happened. It's the Patriots, and you can't prove it, and you sound like I don't know, somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. If you just throw out there, like, yeah, they cheated. But with the history, I mean, come on. Like, you have to at least keep that on the table, right?
We're talking about the cheatingest franchise ever.
Ever.
And I don't even know if this is cheating. This is lying.
It's unethical.
It's definitely unethical. And the other thing about this is, like, why aren't, like, when other players test positive around the league, there's this whole, like, false positive thing that goes, oh, what if it's a false positive? Let's wait and find out. You know, that's what happened with the Jets the other day. Where is the false positive narrative with this one? Why aren't we waiting to find that out? Why? Because the Patriots are like, yep, we had a positive. And they're like, oh, should we check? Nope, it's good. Definitely positive. Who was it? Doesn't matter. Positive. Move the game back.
Or maybe they tested him twice.
Maybe. That's what they told him. Nope, we already ran both.
Yeah, it could be.
I can just breathe easy because for a second I thought you were going super dark web with your conspiracy theory on this one. So you can see my facial reaction for a second there. Yes, Allie.
The comments are all agreeing with Ryan. Thank you, RK. I had this argument with multiple people on Twitter this morning. False positive hot take. Love to see it. I'm with you. Total BS. And it keeps going. And someone else said, when you get caught cheating 4 times or more, you can never trust them again. As I like to say, once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah.
That's
to anyone in a relationship out there, don't let someone get caught cheating 4 times.
And then suspect maybe there's a 5th false positive, you know, like, where were you last night? No, I was getting tested for COVID. Actually, don't believe them. Okay, counter argument, though, if I could.
Yep.
Devil's advocate. These are my devil's horns. I don't think Bill Belichick was all that scared to play Brett Rippon in the Denver Broncos.
He doesn't operate
don't
that
think
way.
so.
This is a guy who sent...
He would sacrifice his bye week all because he was so scared to play against Brett Rippon's Broncos?
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
This is a guy who sent his offensive coordinator to Denver just to sabotage the franchise.
Yeah. But it wasn't a franchise that had Brett Rippon at quarterback.
It was Kyle Orton. It was Jay Cutler. He was afraid of Jay Cutler. He got him out of there as fast as he could.
Everyone should fear Jay Cutler.
Someone in the comments saying, my fellow whiners.
Yes, whiners and bitchers here, baby. Let's go. All right.
So that's
my hot take.
How would you like me to phrase that in the poll?
So start by talking about Tom Cruise and War of the Worlds.
Okay.
That was Tom Cruise.
It's the guy who looks like Tom Cruise.
all the comments said Tom Cruise as well.
Oh, it is Tom Cruise? I thought it might have been like Luke Wilson.
I missed this movie.
Okay.
I'm sorry, folks. I missed it.
No.
Or the other Wilson. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Let's
The
figure
way
out
it's going to be phrased on Twitter is that
Patriots faked.
the Patriots faked the
test.
positive test to get the game moved.
No, that's how I put it. Now, a game you can play at home that I play in my seat every week when Ryan and Henry give their hot takes is, I think to myself, hot take or hot garbage? So you can play that at home, even though that's not an official segment.
Everyone already agreed with me in the comments.
All their hot takes have been hot garbage.
That was the hottest take of the year.
This is the thing about the 2020 NFL season. Is Dr. Alberto starts to make more sense every week.
Yeah.
He actually
It's
might
kinda
be
like
the most logical
It's like how you
person.
can't discern the difference between real headlines and onion headlines anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Henry, why don't you go with this hot take?
Yeah. The Panthers are going to win the NFC South.
What?
Oh, wow.
I'm shooketh.
The Bucks don't have it.
He's right
Saints
about
don't
that.
have it.
I think the Bucks do have it.
No.
Well, you saw Thursday night.
Yeah.
They played the Bears.
Bear
The
down,
Bears-
baby.
Do the Bears have it?
Foles. Also, Tom Brady and Nick Foles, I think it shakes him every time, so that might just be
That
why
is
they
true.
lost.
He does
too
get
is
scared
shit.
of Nick
he
Foles.
forgot about having a fourth
Wow.
down.
Now I'm
being on
rethinking
fourth
everything.
down.
We should, when we get into our third quarter, we should put Foles as an homage to the most overrated quarterback in NFL history.
Hold on.
There it is. There's your hot take.
Hold on. Someone asked, is
Life
the bar
hot take
open today? Yes, Jacob, the bar is open today from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m., I believe.
No, past 11 p.m., but 11 p.m. is last call.
Last call at 11 p.m., yes.
11 to
Or
11.
no,
Wow.
do we open at 10?
What time is it?
9:50.
We open at 10.
10.
Game
10.
time.
Oh, no way.
So come watch football down here, anyone who wants.
We will
Wow,
be
so-
here gambling.
Yep.
Like
You
degenerates.
should too.
Probably whining and bitching.
We'll see.
Like the
I'm not planning
bitchers
on
that
it.
we are, for sure. Okay, so Henry, that's it. NFC South hot take.
Yeah, I think that if you can be this successful with Mike Davis, just wait till they have Christian McCaffrey. That team knows what it's doing. Teddy Bridgewater looks good. He looks like a good quarterback. I think that you're going to start having more from the receivers. I like Ian Thomas at tight end. The defense isn't bad. I think that there are some young pieces that are going to get better. I'm going to ride with the Panthers.
New offense already, looking good 4 weeks in.
Yeah.
They should only get better, right?
Yeah.
McCaffrey comes back, younger receivers, Teddy gets more comfortable. Well, I kind of like it a lot better than your last NFC South related hot take, which I believe was Jeff Driscoll will outduel Tom Brady.
This one is better.
Actually, it was more than that, and I talked him down off the ledge. It was like he's gonna embarrass Tom Brady, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think, yeah, wasn't a bad take. Could have happened. Driscoll's a talented kid. He's older than me. I shouldn't say that.
All right, if you'll allow me, I will go with my hot take. I had a true game plan change, outfit change this morning. Because, I was going to come in here, give you another parlay. It's unders week. If you followed bets, we have scientific data proving that there will be a correction here. And we can get into that in our final segment. It's also a great week what just happened for the Drew Lock props, which we are literally, as the kids like to say, invested in. But no, when the news came in this morning, I said, outfit change. It's time for the homegrown Phil Lindsay. Because it just all clicked. With an extra week to rest, Philip Lindsay will be the motor that this Broncos offense will just ride through a phenomenal final 3 months. With Drew Lock back, Jerry Jeudy. We've already seen Pat Shurmur's offense look really nice, how Noah Fant looked. And Philip Lindsay, with a number 2 running back that can finally spot him like Melvin Gordon, is going to take off in these final 12 games. He's going to have yet another 1,000-yard receiving or 1,000-yard rushing season. All he needs is 81 rushing yards per game. Phil can do it. It is proven. Everyone on this panel, everyone on this production knows. Never in the history of the world has someone believed in Phil Lindsay and that belief not been rewarded.
That's
this isn't
true.
a hot take. This is
Very
basically we should start, putting it into stone because these are facts. This will happen. Philip Lindsay, yet another 1,000-yard rushing
Jeez.
yard season,
How much have
and
you
it starts
drank of
all
this?
on week 5,
Drink your beer, dude.
week 6.
It's gonna get warm.
Okay,
Jeez,
so
he's the thirstiest guy I know. Yeah.
That's
so
right. in many ways.
Andre, would you prefer Philip Lindsay will be the motor for the Broncos once he's back from injury?
No. It's Philip Lindsay will have another
Jesus,
1,000-yard rushing
sorry.
season.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
That means a lot. You standing up to me. For me
Standing
like
up,
that.
I was just asking a
Thank you,
question.
I can't believe Ali was slandering you like that.
True slander.
You
there.
said those words word for word, so there's no slander.
Well, that's my headline. But
Okay,
then
well-
the hot take is.
The meat is in the paragraph 3.
okay, so Philip
love
Lindsay
this
will have
man so
another
much.
1,000-yard season.
Yes.
Okay.
You nailed it.
All right, Ryan, Patriots faked the positive test to get the game moved to next week when Cam Newton is back.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't need to be that wordy, but yeah, that's all true.
Okay.
I love we're
Henry,
getting approval on it.
Panthers will win the NFC. I mean, for you guys to yell at me again and then make me take a shot, no, I would rather get approval. Panthers will win the NFC South.
They sure will.
Yes. All right, guys, on the
You
stream,
wanted to take that shot.
poll on Twitter is going out right now. It's up for 30 minutes, so go vote. And
Do the right
whoever
thing, America.
has the hottest take will need to take a shot. So
No.
No campaigning.
not how
No
it works.
campaigning. Stop
we
this.
switched it from being the weakest hottest take.
Yes. Whoever has the hottest take wins the poll. Whoever doesn't
two-
have the hottest take has to take a
The
shot.
two losers, the two frigid hot takers will then.
All right, people are going to have to
each
take
a
shots.
shot.
Go vote.
Okay. Make sure you vote for the hottest take. That's the option you choose. That's the hottest take.
And remember, subtle but important difference: hot take, hot garbage take. Mm-hmm. Do the right thing, America.
All right, speaking of hot garbage, it's time to give out our picks for the week. And Henry, I will start with you. Henry, give me your lock, prop, and upset, which you notably did not submit to the production team until this morning.
Well, there were some things changing overnight, maybe. My lock of the week is
I call BS. I call BS.
the Seahawks -6.5 is my lock of the week. And
So confident.
Who are they playing, young
they're playing
fella?
the Vikings. They're playing the Vikings. I know what I'm talking about. It's just that my brain goes a lot of different directions on this show, and now it's back to like giving good advice. Seahawks -6.5. They're really good. The Vikings, on the other hand, are really bad. It's Sunday Night Football. You're going to be watching. Might as well have action. One more reason to pick this game. So, yeah, I think that they're a really good football team.
Yeah, not having action during a primetime football game is like
Can't do it.
should be illegal.
It should be.
Well, betting on the Seahawks, I will never disagree with. So good pick.
I think that is on the ballot this year, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Illegal to not bet on primetime games, which I'm all for, of course.
All right.
All right, Dre, go ahead.
Oh,
right. Sorry, I forgot
my
that.
prop.
The excitement from your lock got us, swept away into
The
Wait. Here's my challenge to you, and you almost already failed it. Try to say this pick as if you're confident in it actually happening.
and read the full number on the graphic because I love how we phrase this.
What?
This
0.39.5. Isn't that beautiful?
yeah.
I copied and pasted. So that is Henry for sending it in at 8 a.m.
Yep.
8:30 a.m. That's when I woke up. Le'Veon Bell over 39.5 rushing yards. And that one is because he's playing. And no. Sorry. Oh my goodness. The Jets don't have anything except for Le'Veon Bell. Getting 40 yards should be really easy.
Would you say he's the bell cow?
I mean, I wouldn't, but sure. If you want to make a pun in here, we can do that. Yeah, it's 40 yards. It's Le'Veon Bell. He's going to get 40 yards.
Joe Flacco playing quarterback.
One more reason why they're going to feed him the ball.
Isn't
One more
Frank
reason to
Gore
pack
their
the
better
box.
running back?
No, he is not. Frank Gore is not their better running back.
I'm taking the under. We're betting a shot for next episode.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Oh, it's still me. Upset the Jaguars +210. So I was kind of torn on a couple of these, and I was
What now?
See, I really think it sounds cool when you say Jaguars, but I never remember.
It's not even it either.
Well, I overemphasize.
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
No.
On the commercials,
Where
they say
in that
Jaguar.
word do you see the word wire?
Jaguars.
Oh, wow.
It's just how you say it.
The Jaguars.
So they're playing the Texans.
They are. And the Texans are bad, and the Jaguars... Was that okay?
Wars.
No.
Okay.
Wars.
They have no
Jaguars.
relation to Quagmire.
Ooh. That's a good pull. That's a perfect rhyme. What was I thinking? Oh, yeah, the Jaguars. So
Jaguars.
they're going to win. I mean, it's +210. It's a good deal.
You really sold the people on that one.
I
Good
know.
job.
This wasn't my greatest.
Wow.
All right, Andre, let's see if you can make a convincing argument.
Jeez.
Watch all mine
Louise.
hit.
I mean, yeah, now I need to wake up after that one. Okay. Let's jolt ourselves into gear. It's a weird card. Lots of big spreads, lots of big favorites. Typically, taking a 10-point favorite defending Super Bowl team against a division opponent is an absolute sucker's bet. You are being baited into that. That is all public perception, and that is just a terrible bet. Usually 59% of the time, double-digit underdogs cover in the NFL, typically. This is not a typical year, and the Kansas City Chiefs aren't your typical defending Super Bowl champion. They are the only team in the top 3 of my betting power rankings who have had an actual tough schedule. They haven't just been able to feast on cupcakes, and they're really the most reliable team in the NFL right now on both sides of the ball. They've also had some very nice luck on the injury front. But what I like in this matchup is you think, well, John Gruden was brought in to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and he knows exactly what he's doing. It's going to be like the Chargers, where they play them tough, and they're going to cover the spread. No, not really. Since Gruden's been there in 2018 as the Raiders head coach, the closest game they've played is the first time these two teams played each other, where it was just a 7-point loss. Then they lost by 32, 18, 31. This is an absolute money cover. And the Raiders are just one of those teams. They go down by a touchdown. Their whole game plan is shot. They need to start throwing the ball. The pressure from the Chiefs is going to get to them, and they're just going to be completely done. Easy 14-point or more win. My metric estimated win, which I remind you is an old Bill James staple that applies the Pythagorean theorem. It says this should be a 14-point
Doesn't that mean triangles?
spread.
What the hell does this have to do with triangles?
14-point spread, fellas. So money, 11.5, minus 11.5 for the Chiefs. My prop is Justin Jefferson, the most productive rookie wide receiver in the NFL, and he's really only started producing in the last 2 weeks, is going to Seattle in your lock game against the Seattle Seahawks defense that's allowing 400 passing yards per game. 400, folks. And all I need is Justin Jefferson to go for over 67.5. That's going to be easy money on the prop. You get that at minus 112. And then I admit I went a little soft on my upset here, but I'm taking the Carolina Panthers plus 106 against the Atlanta Falcons. They really should have no business being the underdog in this one. The Falcons have a horrendous defense, and the Panthers offense that's really blossoming and only going to get better as Teddy Bridgewater and the rest of that unit gets comfortable in that new scheme. I really like the Panthers to win this.
You're
easy
really
breezy.
avoiding this triangle thing. The Pythagorean theorem is A plus B equals C.
I've
No, it's
written
A squared plus B
I've
squared
written
plus C
about
squared.
Yeah,
this.
the same shit.
No, well, it's not.
I've written about this for years, and I can give you all the links when we are off air. I also gave you like more content and data than you guys have given on your lock prop
don't
and upsets the entire year.
I need to know
I
how
was
triangles affect
actually
the cover.
convincing in my argument, and that's that, Ryan. Let's hear your 3 trash picks.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Look, I'll find the article in just a second. You go ahead, and I'll show you all the data.
This reminds me of the debate because we keep asking you questions, you keep not answering them.
That's very true.
I don't care. Like I'm asking you
I
about
can show
triangles.
you
Don't tell
how
me
it's
about foreign
applied.
policy.
Apparently, triangle college football betting is a thing.
I can show you how it's applied.
Are we talking about the triangle offense?
Is that where this comes
Phil
from, Jay?
Jackson involved?
These shouldn't be questions for me.
All right, you go ahead and type away. I will unveil my picks, and they start with my lock of the week, which I'm waiting for the graphic because I can't remember what it is.
Pythagorean expectation formula. There you go.
It's
Win
got to be
race.
there somewhere. Eventually, we'll get to it. Maybe not.
Oh,
All
I
right.
got it.
Oh, there it is. Oh, right. Dolphins 49ers under 51.
No. Oh, yeah.
It is unders week, and this is the under lock of the week.
You went with an underlock. Good for you.
Yeah, it's unders week.
Excellent.
I
Boy,
mean,
I'm so proud of you. Well done.
That's what we're here to do is take unders this week. Dolphins 49ers under 51. Okay, Jimmy G's back. Don't care. Raheem Mostert's back. Don't care.
Debo Samuel?
Debo Samuel, is he playing? We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't really know. Do you care, though?
Nope, sure don't.
Booyah.
Because this game is just going to be messy. I just know it. They're coming back. You know, all these guys are coming back from injury. It's their first week back. And minus will be the preseason for them. It's just going to be a mess. And while I think the 49ers probably end up doing better on offense than they have recently, I still think it's going to be really sloppy. So under 51, I think the Dolphins find a way to possess the ball, muck it up, and make this an easy cover.
What did you just said?
Oh,
Okay.
just the equation we use for the Pythagorean expected wins.
Okay, I still need to see the graphic. The prop. This one is a DraftKings special. So big shout out to our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook for offering this one.
Oh, Ryan.
What it is Carson Wentz to record 2 total touchdowns plus 200. That is rushing, throwing, or receiving. You never know when they might bust out the Philly special for Carson Wentz. And because of this, I think that Carson Wentz ends up getting 2 passing touchdowns in this game. It's plus 200, boosted all the way up from plus 115. That's a nice little boost from them. Carson Wentz to record 2 total touchdowns, plus 200.
I appreciate the belief that you have in
In
Carson
Carson.
and the Eagles.
It's really easy to
not
score
gonna
2
happen.
touchdowns for a
I
quarterback.
know, but
Yeah. But not for Carson
every
Wentz.
week,
I'm taking
well,
every sack
when his
prop
wide
for the
receivers
Steelers
drop
of that game.
and the
Okay.
team is struggling all around.
So you think they're gonna score less than 14 points?
No, but Miles Sanders will
no,
get one.
no,
Yeah,
no.
you'll run one in. Boston Scott will get his. And the Steelers will have like 15 sacks in this
So
one.
we've
So
got-
it's going to be a tough one.
We've
for
got
us.
ourselves a shot bet.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm also
what,
in on
What
this.
should we settle?
I am very firmly in this.
Just the 2 touchdowns.
What do you mean? 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, no, you're right. We've got it set.
Well, it's
Boom.
2-1 though. So you guys, if you lose, you guys have to take 2 shots.
No.
Well, we
that's-
each
Yeah,
take a shot.
no. That's how
How
it works.
We each take a shot. You take a shot.
Yeah, it's 2 of us, Ryan.
No,
Yes.
no, that's not an equal
then,
bet for me.
Okay, then I have to take. We each have to take 2. Then you have to take 2 for each of our. No,
The
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
2-1. 2-1.
What do the triangles say, Dre?
No,
you
no.
all so much. Oh my god.
And we finish with my upset, which, yes, I'm going back to this Dolphins-49ers game. I'm telling you.
I
Dolphins
considered
over
this.
49ers plus 290. That's going to be the biggest upset of the week.
Jimmy G returning doesn't scare you.
No. Jimmy G sucks.
Like, I know he sucks, but he's better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. Or the rest of that
In
Dolphins
any given
team.
now, listen. You never know which Ryan Fitzpatrick you're going to get. So if you get bad Fitzpatrick, then yes, the 49ers are going to win, and it might even be a blowout. But if you get good Fitzpatrick, he's better than Jimmy G. And I'm banking on good Fitzpatrick this week.
You're not wrong. Good Fitzpatrick is maybe the NFL's greatest outlier.
It's crazy.
Yeah, since
It's got to be
frankly,
the beard.
It's stupid. It makes me want to cuss. But
All right, Allie. Let's
We're a family
see what the Pythagorean theorem has to do with football.
booyah.
So this is Pythagorean expectation, Andre.
Same thing.
It is not.
What would you know?
I know there's no triangles involved in Pythagorean expectation. All right, so read it for us. What does it say? You could probably pull it
You
back
can
up.
see it's the equation right there. This
Okay.
is for the baseball, but we have a football variation. That's how it works.
Pythagorean expectation is a sports analytics formula devised by Bill James to estimate the
Father of
percentage of a
analytics.
game's baseball team percentage of games a baseball team should have won based on the number of runs they scored and allowed. Comparing a team's actual and Pythagorean winning percentage can be used to make predictions and evaluate which teams are overperforming versus underperforming. The name comes from the formula's resemblance to the Pythagorean theorem. The basic formula is win ratio, which is runs scored plus runs allowed, equals squared. Equals runs allowed divided by runs scored squared.
We've got a football variation down here too.
Okay, that's enough. Everyone's head hurts.
So imagine being able to apply this to every week's football lines and then have to be on a panel every Sunday morning with these two.
Yeah.
Welcome to my
We
life.
have Aquaman here saying he
My
just did a 3-team parlay with all of the upsets. Big money. He's excited.
See, I would advise going with the locks, but the upsets are good too.
I like the upsets.
I think my new strategy this week is I'm fading Henry on every pick.
Oh wow! You want to make a bet?
You were that
Andre is
unconvinced.
mad. Andre's really mad about this
Let's-
Pythagorean theorem
basically.
thing.
Let's
I'm
make
basically irate.
let's make a shot
right,
bet
well,
on who
while you-
has more of our 3 right.
Yeah,
While
that's
you guys
perfect.
are doing that,
Yeah.
let's get the audience to get their questions in,
3
their
picks.
betting questions
Yes.
in for lightning round.
Shout out to the whiners and the bitchers. If you guys have questions, we've got answers. So,
Yeah, lightning round should maybe be renamed to pitchers of bitchers.
pitchers.
Because it's like we're filling up pitchers of bitchers, questions.
Speaking of, how you doing? How you doing?
I
Jesus.
have plenty.
It looks like you just lifted a 10-pound barbell with how hard it was for you to pick that up.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's, that's
God.
normal for him though.
Andre's
Those are
chugging.
That was the most violent chug I've ever seen. Like,
I've never had it in my ear like that before either.
is the can okay?
I don't know why you guys agitate me so much. I could just chill out, I could just chill out. I could take life a lot
Oh, do we have to clean him up?
Yeah.
more easy than this, but
Kate, can we have Lucia's bib for Andre?
might be necessary.
Oh, God.
What are we doing? Lightning round?
All right, well, crack open your second one. It's time for the lightning round.
Aquaman saying, RK, stop with the peer pressure.
No.
Okay, it's a bad influence.
All right, we have any questions?
No,
on the
we have
lightning
no
round?
questions yet.
Wow.
Boom, segment landed.
I'm gonna send out my Tinder pics.
I was gonna say, I think we're late on those.
Oh, well. All right, go, Henry.
Can you read it out? Can we know what message
Yeah,
you're
send-
sending
tell us the
out
message.
to the ladies?
How about we workshop this together?
Okay.
Sure, we've got nothing better to
Allie,
do.
mostly you. So again, I've never talked to any of these women before in my life. I get to send them a
Here,
message. Hey, Do you think the Colts will beat the?
All right.
So you've moved on from just asking what picks do you have on a Sunday.
They
to
don't even
being very
understand what I'm
specific.
asking. Yeah.
Hey, maybe some of them will.
I mean, for the most part, they've thought like pick a game. It's like, how about you watch this one? It's like, no, not to watch. And
I think low key circling the Colts Browns game is genius because we found good responses by Midwestern girls.
Oh, that's true.
that
Okay.
is true.
Yeah.
I do well in the
As
Midwest.
someone
Had a
who's
dramatic
married
change
with
in
a
lighting.
Midwestern girl, I approve very much.
Things just got really dark when we started talking about Henry's dating life.
They actually
cloud
did too.
came over.
A dark cloud just came right over the show.
It's so true.
Okay, so
Pandemic's been hard.
don't worry about what Allie is going to tell you. Here's what you need to do. Just say,
Here's the
How
editor.
rude.
just say, do you want Jets +7 or Cardinals -7? Just answer the question.
Just,
Maybe don't be that.
I might not say just answer the question.
Yeah.
Maybe be like nice.
Jets
and
cards?
Sweet.
Why are we
Hey,
circling
can
back
you
in?
help me out with this?
Well, yeah, okay, but the final part of this should just be like A or B. Jets +7, Cardinals -7.
You think?
I'm turning it into like a quiz then, though.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
You think the ladies are fading Flacco? Like that's what's hot on this Sunday
I
on
just-
Tinder?
Flacco's
or-
a
That's
good-looking
just
guy.
the one that's
What's
on
your-
my mind.
Flacco doesn't have
just
a lot
the
of good traits, but
Jets
he is a
cards
good-looking guy.
huh? Honestly, if we were to rank the best-looking coaches in the NFL, I think Gase, Kingsbury. We've got 2 top 5 selections.
No,
right?
I don't
no.
trust your taste in men, Dre.
Yeah, Jesus.
Good, you shouldn't. Smart call by you, Henry.
Gase is like very middle of the road.
Well, I know, but he's still a
He
like
freaks me
upper
out.
half,
Listen, you
right?
got
Yeah.
1 Cliff Kingsbury,
He
2
freaks me
Andy
out.
Reid. Andy Reid is a sex symbol.
What?
No, he's not.
Frankly,
no,
I
he's not.
kind of agree. That's
He's
Excuse
Chan's a-
me?
no.
that
What?
is the best take
Why
we've
are we
heard.
talking about this on the show?
How about Sean McVay?
Can we move?
Why are we talking about
Can we get
anything
Sean
we ever
McVay
talk
in
about
here?
on the show?
Can we
Sean
move
McVay.
back to
like
Henry's
5'1".
Tinder picks?
I would appreciate it.
Okay, Henry, read us the message. Have you not crafted it yet?
No, we
Were you prepared for anything?
I even boosted late.
All right.
Okay.
Um,
all right, here's
people
how
in
it
the
goes.
comments ask questions about betting.
Okay.
If you want, if
Henry,
you're
this is
placing
how
any
it goes.
bets.
Hey, hope you're doing well. I was wondering if you could help me out
Is
with
this
something.
a work email?
Hope this email finds you well.
I hope this Tinder DM finds you well.
No, yeah, don't say, hey, hope you're doing well. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Okay.
All right. Andre, you want to get the next few letters?
Everyone is very shook by all of your comments about men, about coaches.
Everyone
Sean
knows
McVay.
Adam
It's
Gase
Sean
top
McVay.
5. What? Come on, Andy Reid.
Andy Reid
We're tweeting that out. so
is
you
a
know.
sex symbol.
Yeah. Okay.
When would you even-
The second time said so.
Find me 3 coaches to
Okay,
close
Sean
that
McVay.
gap after Kingsbury.
Sean McVay is better looking than
Kingsbury's
Gase.
McVay's like 5'4", dude.
Whoa.
That's not true.
Don't bring short guys into this.
His jaw is bigger. Is like if you were to stack his jaw this way, his jaw would be taller than he is.
Girls
height-wise,
love a
bro.
strong jaw.
That's
Oh yeah, Jay Leno voted hottest man.
he's
in
5'11". Now don't
Yeah, he's
Dre.
5'11", Dre.
Your trash facts. You guys and your trash facts every week. Every week with the trash facts. I'm just looking at betting, how the public.
Someone.
and
Oh, we've
sharps
got
have been betting.
Gruden and people
Okay.
are saying
Hey,
Gruden.
what's
John
up?
Gruden.
Gruden, yeah. Everyone
Mike
wants to play with the
Tomlin.
bull cuts.
Hey, what's up? I was wondering. Wait, I had something.
I'm
good.
telling you, it's
I
difficult.
love how mad Andre gets on this show.
Yeah, it's so good.
I just hope.
Hey, what's up? This is a little weird, but I was wondering if you could help me out with something.
Okay, you stole that line from me.
Yep.
Perfect.
Then what do you think?
I need to pick either A.
Kenneth Booker, I'm about to put you in timeout. I need you to
wow.
calm down with some of these comments.
This-
Oh,
it's
no.
getting a little much.
Come on, Kenneth.
And
Let's
on
keep it
YouTube, I
clean.
have the ability to put you in timeout, so I will.
You got it?
Yep.
Either A,
There's no
Cardinals
need to be mean.
-7,
It's a Sunday morning. We're talking football.
Okay.
or B,
Debatable.
Jets +7.
Perfect.
I trust you.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. I like the twist.
That's the move. That's the move. All right. Well,
Wow, it looks really weird in text. I will say.
Let me see it.
Okay, wait. I still gotta put the A dot in here. Real
my
quick.
God,
favorite
you're doing
trend
terrible.
thus far, and I mind trends left and right, is that the public has figured out our betting advice is so bad that you don't want to ask questions.
Is
So
that
I
what the
think
triangles
once
say?
you approve of this terrible message, we could maybe move on.
What's up, Destiny? No, don't put a period. All right. Henry,
Andre,
Exclamation
never
point.
use periods
Andre,
in an intro text.
while Ryan's crafting this
Yeah.
message,
What about emojis?
How about you tell the good people about DraftKings and
I've been
what they
thinking
should and shouldn't
emojis
do?
on
Henry,
2 out of 3.
I
Sorry.
muted you.
With all these phenomenal picks you're going to want to get on, it is unders week. The Drew Lock props just rose up from the dead again. It is the best time ever when you sign up. You can get, you bet $1, you get 100 for any team that you bet. Now's a perfect week with all these massive spreads to do that. You just download this DraftKings Sportsbook app. You use code DNVR when you sign up, and for a limited time, all new users get a new sign-up bonus up to $1,000. That's right, DraftKings Sportsbook has a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Don't forget, enter code DNVR and get your sign-up bonus up to $1,000 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
All right, Henry, you are so bad at this.
Oh, separate lines.
Se-
The
you need
spacing.
line breaks,
That's
bro.
it is visually appealing.
Someone,
Which is what you have to go for. on
Someone
Tinder.
please.
Bye,
Never,
Aquaman. Thanks
ever-
for hanging out.
Never, ever use periods in an opening text. All right,
Never?
All right.
so here's what we got. Hey, what's up? This is a little weird, but I was wondering if you could help me out with something. Either A, Cardinals -7, or B, Jets +7. I suck at this, so I trust you to be better than me, LOL.
Perfect. Okay, I'll be copying and pasting now.
All right, I think Destiny's going to come through for us.
Do you? Okay.
It's destiny for her to get it this right.
Well, it's Destiny with an IE.
Speaking
so
of Destiny, I think it's time to talk to Dr. Alberto or Alberto, whatever his name is.
Dr. Alberto.
He's a scientist.
Alberto.
There
Fine.
we go.
You want me to use an accent?
This man is a scientist. The least you could do is know his name.
Truly.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
let's see what he has to say.
Oh, hey. Well, out of jail. NFL tried to put me in conspiracy, defamation, everything was on the table after last week's video, and I couldn't care less. Open your eyes, people. The NFL rigged last Thursday night so Denver wouldn't get Trevor Lawrence. It's in front of everyone, and now they're doing it again to satisfy their most lucrative new partner, the Vegas Sportsbook. And it all starts with the overs. 10-6 last week with the overs. The week after, 8-5-2. 35-year high in how the over-under is being set. It's insane. And Vegas doesn't like it. You've got quarterbacks like Tom Brady at 42 scoring 5 touchdowns, NFL record, when Brady looks like trash? Are you kidding me? Robert Kraft isn't happy. The NFL's not happy. The least happy of all is almighty Vegas. Yeah, what stays in Vegas, Professor, is in Vegas. Bullshit! What's happening now is Vegas is mingling in our lives. And because of this, the refs are rigging games. They did it last Thursday night so that the Broncos wouldn't get a pick. They were doing it the first 3 weeks so that the overs would hit, the games wouldn't look sloppy, and they weren't calling holds at all. Now, magically, we're calling holds left and right. Personal foul as soon as you tap someone. You say something unkind to the ref, oh, another flag. It's like watching the NBA with the Lakers playing every single game. It's ridiculous. It's unacceptable. The games are rigged. No holds. Thursday night football, you're a joke. Get over yourself, NFL. Do the right thing. Stop rigging games. Open your eyes.
Oh my God, that is so good. That is unbelievable. And look, we've added to the set. And no, it's not Guy, the fantasy guy. It is from DNVR Golf, Spencer Smith, aka Big Drive Spence, friend of the program, friend in real life, and just an all-around great guy.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you guys for allowing me to join this today. I've been about pissing myself laughing.
Would you call yourself a whiner or a bitcher?
I'm both,
Okay.
actually, very, very often. I woke up this morning not in a good mood when I heard the news. I just wanted to watch the game. It was going to be at 3 o'clock tomorrow. I was going to be off work. It was perfect timing. And now it's just no game. Broncos are going to play apparently week. they're going to go to New England next week. They're going to lose the game against Miami at home, which I was going to go to, actually. I was excited about, so I'm bitter today for sure. I'm not happy about this at all.
Interestingly enough, in the 2020 season, the Broncos have had games in Old England and now New England, both canceled. So
Whoa,
no,
did you tweet? Is that
You should
is
tweet that.
Is that
Dre,
original?
that would
yeah, that came.
Tweet it
that
right
came
now.
that
to
would
me
be your
just
best
a
tweet.
Second.
That's your new
Well,
best tweet.
I've said it on air. So I'm sorry.
Before
Tweet it.
Tweet it
Also,
too.
all my good tweets are Nikola Jokic related. So that's okay.
Alex here is saying, I feel like Dre is just as angry now as he was in Alberto's segment.
well, that wasn't Dre,
But
that was
just
Alberto.
silently.
It must run in the
but
family.
no, but he's as angry.
Oh, as Alberto, his cousin.
Yes.
His
Yeah,
cousin.
I'm actually irate. I might be more angry than him right now.
Don't say fun fact.
Everyone is saying too soon. Or Broncos Europe just said too soon, Andre. What is happening?
He typed
soon.
fun fact at the beginning of his tweet.
Fun fact.
Gotta have a hook.
Henry, you should start texting girls fun facts.
Oh my goodness. I should. They would
Yeah.
love that.
Yes. Okay. Let's get into some fantasy talk. It's fantasy stuff. So go ahead.
No. What do you call this segment?
Well, we already know it's cracking one open, but that's not what I was talking about. I'm just talking about fantasy stuff. Talk about fantasy stuff. Go.
Well, it's a week where we have some massive over-unders, and really, it doesn't even take any knowledge of football. You just look at the numbers. There's going to be some really high-scoring games, and the first one that I've got circled is Houston against Jacksonville. Deshaun Watson, I know he's been disappointing so far, but this is going to be a bit of a more high-scoring week, and then there are 6 weeks every NFL season that Will Fuller owners must start Will Fuller. This is the one, folks. You have to start Will Fuller this week. You know, I do have my notes on here. I guess I'll go off my
I'm
phone.
sending your tweet for you so you do
Who
numbers.
else do you like? I sent it out already, but you could,
my
cancel
God.
and re-edit it.
I like Teddy Bridgewater. We talked about it a little bit on the draft podcast this week fantasy
We
podcast.
did.
So
That's
many
a good one.
podcasts. Yeah, but the fantasy podcast, for all the reasons I said before, I think that at least
job,
one
Trey.
of those receivers is going to start doing numbers. I think Robbie Anderson keeps it up. Mike Davis is doing his thing.
Bobby
That's a
Anderson, big time.
good-looking offense, and that's just such an easy way to buy in when some of those other guys still are kind of question marks in there against the
Going
Falcons.
against the second worst defense in the
Exactly.
entire NFL in the Falcons, and Mike Davis could also fall in that camp.
Definitely.
Another of
He
those
sh-
teams
he
that you
should be
love
starting.
across the board.
That's the tough call here is do you include somebody like that or should you just assume that if you have him, you're starting him at this point? And I think Mike Davis has gotten to that point in my mind.
There you go.
Starts Cowboys wide receivers.
But who?
And that's what I'm saying is all of them.
The whole
top
triangle.
Three, yes. This is a triangle bet, right, Dre? This is a triangle bet. Any of those
I don't
three
know
receivers.
anything about triangles, guys.
You're taking any of those 3 receivers if you have them. Again, just a high-scoring game there.
Yeah, and Matt Ryan on the other side. They're going to score a lot of points. I don't care that Julio's out, but if Julio's out, we've got some replacements. You want to start Justin Jefferson, for example. This is one of those where you can just feast.
Real quick, Spence, how's your fantasy team doing?
You know, they're not good. I have multiple, and they all suck. And it's because I put my faith in
These
DJ
two.
Moore. And,
yeah.
you know, Teddy Bridgewater, DJ Moore, I'm like, all right, DJ Moore's going to be good at some point.
And
He's
turns
not.
out he's DJ less.
And he is DJ way less. Because last week I started him over DJ Chark. 2 touchdowns.
so many DJs.
Yeah, I just
Lots
that's
of
my
DJs.
I
Are you
try
trying to build
stack,
a fantasy football team or a lineup at Beta?
Well, I'd probably be more successful building a lineup at Beta at this point.
Funny
Come
enough,
on, Ryan.
Dr.
Beta isn't
Alberto
the new place
had a
now. You
theory
gotta know.
on
It's
DJs.
Temple. Sorry.
Wow.
DJs, JTs, AJs all struggling this year. AJ Brown, do not
Oh,
start.
I have him on every team. As
Do
well.
not start him.
But the thing about DJ Moore
You have
is
AJ
that
too?
Curtis Samuel is also underperforming. And so it's like, can both of them get up to what you expect them
No.
to do? And that's what's scary about him.
It's Bobby's world, and we're all living in it, and
It
that's
is Bobby's
Bobby
world.
Anderson. Who you are sitting, Joe Mixon.
Bobby
Don't-
Anderson,
don't like
notable buff and Bronco.
Don't like it against the Ravens. Tough front. Drew Brees, yuck. All out on Drew Brees. The Chargers defense is actually good. The under is hitting on that. Miles Sanders, sorry, Allie, against that formidable Pittsburgh Steelers front.
You just said he was going to score a touchdown.
Yeah, he'll score a touchdown. but
That's
still
if,
like
if someone's scoring a
that's-
touchdown, you start them.
Okay, I guess I'll
You're
take him out of my
contradicting
flex
yourself.
in every league I have then.
Stay consistent.
Miles Sanders is every flex I have.
It's gonna be a low scoring. Look, if you have Miles Sanders, you probably have to start him unless you picked up a Mike Davis or maybe Raheem Mostert
I
back
like
healthy
Miles
helps
Sanders in a
you.
flex
Or
position.
hey, Miles Sanders is great if you had Bobby Anderson. He'd be a better play. Henry,
Oh,
any final notes for us?
also start Mo Alley Cox. He's consistently putting up numbers, whether it's touchdowns, whether it's yards. He hasn't really combined the two, but go for it. Monster at tight end, playing against the Browns, who are giving up a whole lot of stuff to tight ends, including Dallas Schultz last week. Dalton Schultz. He plays for Dallas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like him this week. Sits Le'Veon Bell. I know he was my prop, but the prop was to get 40 yards, not to be a good fantasy player. Like, that's 4 points right there.
There you go.
Matt Ryan, bench him. I know that it's
Whoa.
no Julio
Bet.
though. Bet. What's the number?
Matt Ryan will be a top 10 performer at quarterback this week.
Let's do it.
Top
Booyah.
10. Wow. That's
And the final
Easy
one,
breezy.
Rams running backs. This is one that we've come back to quite a bit.
But who?
All of them. No, this is a sit.
Oh, good.
As
good,
a sit.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Going
Okay.
up against Washington, still it's pretty solid front seven considering. Is Chase Young even back? I actually haven't followed that. But yeah, the running back situation, I'm not. It's not going to work. Nobody's going to put up big enough numbers.
Beautiful. Love it.
all right, Kale. Will you grab us shots and quarters? Shot glasses and quarters. Thank you.
Oh, right.
Well, we're gonna need those at some point.
Allie, your mic's not on your face.
Anyways, all right. I have a question.
It's going to be a good one, folks.
Let me open up my fantasy team. See how you guys are gonna screw me over this week.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, did we have questions?
In the flex, I can go Andy Isabella,
Yeah.
Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
Those are really the only two options.
You know,
Or Matt Breida.
a low-key pickup if you're desperate for a flex, if he's available in your league, Brandon Ayuk.
No one is available in my league because it's a dynasty league.
Ooh, love me a good dynasty. What do you think? I think Debo there.
That's
Not
what I was thinking
Andy,
too.
Not Breida.
They both scare me, but
it's
I would
Debo.
go Debo.
See what Debo can do when he comes back. I think they're covered.
By the way, I played Scotty Miller. You know how many points he had?
PPR or non-PPR?
Doesn't matter.
Well,
0.
That's
He had
good
0 in all leagues. It doesn't matter how
Wow.
they score it.
stuff.
Okay, we've got some questions here.
Okay.
First one is, what will be the big upset this Sunday? Biggest upset.
Dolphins over 49ers.
Yeah, it might be Dolphins.
Okay, and then the next one is
It's a
start
tough slate for the
sit
upsets.
Daryl Henderson
Yep, sit him.
That's a Rams running back. I said sit.
and
Yes.
Devin.
Singletary.
Definitely go Singletary.
Do like that matchup for the Bills. That is not the worst.
Me too.
Although the Bills may not
Tuesday.
have that game. You might want to just play Henderson.
Oh, man, and you
really
wouldn't
is a
find out
stay
until
away.
tomorrow.
That really is a stay away. Oof. Yeah, maybe desperation time you do go Henderson.
Kenyon-
oh,
I like
hate
Marquise
that.
Brown.
Yeah. Kenyon Drake, Marquise Brown. I mean, Drake
tough.
really, boy, tough one.
You're gonna
tough
feel
one.
dumb if Marquise Brown doesn't do anything coming back from injury
Against
and-
the
and
football team?
Kenyon Drake.
Come
But I think he
on,
will. So I think the
he's
good bet
getting
is the good bet is Brown, but
he's getting that long bomb.
there's a
that
chance you're gonna
Marquise
be
Brown
really
gets.
frustrated.
Yeah, truly.
Jonnu Smith or Hayden Hurst?
Jonnu Smith is one of those. I'm kind of staying away from all the Titans. So go Hayden Hurst. That is a nice matchup against the Panthers.
not
I like
bad.
that. I like
It's
that.
not bad.
Start Hayden Hurst.
Spence, you have any questions for these guys?
Yeah, so I got my flex spot.
Yeah.
I got flex. I'm going to play Miles Sanders, I think, but I have 2 receivers that I need. I got to start Stephon Diggs, right? But that's another thing.
Yeah.
Are they going to play?
I know.
So I have Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore, DJ Chark, and Devontae Parker, and Jamison Crowder. So which 2 or 3 do I start in 3 spots?
I like Crowder and Chark. I'm really high on Crowder. Crowder's only played 2 games, but average fantasy points per game. It's a PPR.
Yeah, it is PPR.
He's top 5 in the league at wide receiver. He's a must start right now. I don't care that Joe Flacco is playing quarterback. DJ Chark, very nice matchup against Houston.
Love
I
Chark.
like those guys. I think they could be a really nice twosome at wide receiver for you, Spence.
Cool. DJ Moore to the bench.
Sorry,
Goodbye,
DJ.
DJ.
Not your day.
Nope.
The other DJ, though.
Yeah.
It's a DJ for DJ kind of thing. Okay. You got any other fantasy takes that we need to get to?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
Oh, we have a few more questions.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Fake out.
You guys can read it from there.
That's where I might lean Josh Kelly. That's like just the level of running back where the safety of knowing you're getting some production might outweigh the upside of a Marquise Brown.
Yeah, let's take it. It's a classic where you can get a little into it, where it's like, do you feel like you're outmatched in this matchup and you need to take some risks? Then you'd go Marquise Brown. If you think on paper you're the favorite going into the week, go with the safer choice in Joshua Kelly, who also plays the later game, and I love having those later points to come in, right?
Well,
so that's kind
one
of the
thing I'll say
equation
too is if you guys do DraftKings daily, the daily fantasy leagues, stack Seahawks tonight. Get DK Metcalf, get Tyler Lockett, and take Russell Wilson, because the Vikings secondary is garbage. It's a bunch of rookies. They lost Xavier Rhodes, who's now all of a sudden the best corner in the league, and he's in Indianapolis. And stack Seahawks. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And it's all late, so it's the best thing. You can be down the whole day to everyone, and then late game get 50 points. But DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett both have 100 yards.
They're
I think.
insane.
Okay,
David Moore's there, too, and he's low-key been startable.
We have a few more, but we need to go rapid fire.
Yeah, you got
All right.
Tyler Boyd or Deontay Johnson, half PPR.
I'd go Tyler Boyd.
it. Give me Boyd. We've been staying on Boyd. He's proved us wrong. Right, every time.
Minshew, Teddy, or Burrow?
Teddy, I say.
Yep.
Wow.
Burrow.
Antonio Gibson or Joe Mixon?
Jeez, I hate both of those, but I'm going Mixon.
I'll go Mixon. No, I'll go the other way. I'll go Gibson.
Kirk Cousins over Jared Goff, right?
Yeah. I love that Seahawks matchup. Yes to Cousins,
Jesus.
as crazy as it sounds.
And then last one.
Terrible Mite or Vegemite? We will find out later. It might all be terrible. Just to set the scene here. First of all, we had an Australian listener send us Vegemite, and a listener from the UK send us Marmite. We're going to try them both and decide which one is better. Now, the people that live in these places are very adamant about this. It must be tried on toast with enough butter to spread it all around and make it good.
And they really think us choosing one over the other is really choosing like their nation over the other.
That's not how we're going to do it at first. At first, we're trying it straight because everyone says it's going to be terrible, and that sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
So we're going to try a little, not a full spoonful. That sounds insane. But just a little.
Spencer doesn't look excited.
I might throw up. I have a very weak stomach.
That's
so.
that's honestly why we have
Good
Spencer
content.
here today. Is because he has a weak stomach. So we're going to try just like a little, the edge of the spoon straight, and then we're going to do it the right way so as to not offend the people. And I have made a promise to these people that we will do it both ways, no matter how bad the first part is. So you can't be a bitcher and bail out after you don't like how the first part tastes.
It's not how we do things on this show. So.
Also, I realized I needed to cut that bread into eighths instead of fourths, so maybe you could help us with that. Okay, it's time to horse around, which is the best part of this show. It's why everyone comes here for fourth quarter. It's just the third quarter, but we're going fourth. Okay, so we're changing it up today. We have a new game. And the game we're going to play, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to have time to get to 4 quarters, so set your shot glass and quarter aside. What we're going to play is called Flip the Take. Okay. Flip the Take. Now, the way this works is we give you a situation. We give you a take. You have to argue that side of the take. Then, when all 3 of the other people who aren't trying to have that take get their cup flipped, you have to instantly start arguing the other side of the take. So you're arguing against yourself here. And Henry, we're going to start with you. The take is the Broncos. What is so funny?
Did he just
Alex?
smell it? Why are you smelling that?
Gail just smelled it and almost threw up.
Oh, wow.
My stomach's legit churning already.
Wait. That's not for a little bit, so you don't have to rush this right now.
Yeah, I'm not looking
And
for stale
But you don't have
Marmite.
to stink up this whole area with that.
Can't smell it yet.
Also, with that's a good little segment real quick to transition to someone saying, why is Kale never invited to your live streams? Justice for Kale. Kale's here.
He's invited. He just has to
He's
sit over
chilling.
there.
He has work to do.
Yeah, Kale's extremely busy during these live streams.
And today, added to his plate is being a chef and adding
Also,
some
if you're going to
toast.
stand for the guy, at least spell his name right. 2 L's.
That's true.
Oh,
2 L's for him, 1 L for you for getting it wrong.
wow.
Okay, so Henry, you're up. Your take is the Broncos should give Justin Simmons a top safety contract. Ready, set, go.
I mean, he seems like such a good guy. Like,
Flip it, baby.
well, he's been having a tough season. He's been having a really, really tough year. He's not making, like, there was the big tackle. He struggled in coverage occasionally. There was the,
No, you have to change the take. Is
No,
it
no,
all
you
good?
already did.
Now back to why
Now
he
it's
deserves
back.
the contract.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so there was that first game of the season where he went and he just about picked that pass off, but he was just short. And you're like, oh, he could have gotten there. The reason he didn't get there is because he ran into Kareem Jackson.
Flip it.
I mean,
Doesn't
but
deserve
really,
it.
though, it has been a tough year. Like, it really has just been kind of awful on the back end.
I'm so
like,
muddy.
Like, even the plays that he makes, he's in coverage behind the guy. It's not perfect. And I don't know. It's a lot of money, too. And it just...
Flip it.
He's very versatile. You can have him play different roles, and that is so important in the NFL. Like, being able to line him up in the slot, have him line up at safety, have him line up wherever you want him to line up is a very valuable trait to have, and he is really good at all of those things.
All right, you're done. Good job, Henry. That was impressive. I thought you did a really good
first
job.
start. It
All
was
right.
a first
I don't
start.
If
even
Ali
know
didn't rudely interrupt, then everything would have been. Okay, next up.
I don't even know if Justin deserves the contract or not anymore. So torn.
I know.
It
I
actually-
was all in before the season.
Well done, Henry.
The point of this, is hard. You know, it's hard to actually decide this. So next up is going to be Spencer. Spencer, the take that you are going to argue is the Titans and Patriots should have to forfeit games. Or you can go the Broncos should give Garrett Bowles a contract. Which one would you like
I
to go?
love
All
that,
all
absolutely.
I'll give you the easier one.
All
Okay.
right, so I should at
That's
first.
where you're starting.
All right. The guy is allowed 9 pressures this year in 4 games. That is the lowest. He's had the lowest pressure rate of any left tackle in the NFL. So Garrett Bowles is terrible. A first-round pick that just got too much. Garrett Bowles is a phenomenal player. He has turned his game around. Mike Munchak's finally gotten to him. It's a time where you need a left tackle, and you don't even need him to be great to be good, but he is so bad that you should probably just let him walk. He's going to want more money than he's probably worth. And you can find another left tackle in free agency, but he's going to be so good after his next contract that you probably got 4 to 5 more years of Garrett Bowles locking down the left side. 4 pressures this whole year so far. 4. That's it. Stop hating on the man, Garrett Bowles. But really, I mean, you just can't keep giving him this much time. You can't. Just because he's a first-round pick, Elway wants to hang on to him. You got to let the guy walk at some point. You can't have a mediocre left tackle.
I think we're good. You killed it, that one, Spencer.
That was a really good one.
Okay, I need my mic back. Thank you.
No, your mics were there. I just lowered it because
Right,
it's a very
right,
loud
yeah.
sound.
It is a loud sound. I knew that was going to be a problem when I started flipping the cup before the show. Okay, Andre,
Fun, sir.
you now get the Titans and Patriots.
Can I get the other one?
I don't remember what the other one is, so I'm trying to buy time here.
Forgot the other one, too.
Please give me the Broncos should tank.
No,
Please,
that's for me.
like my take. That's me.
No, you're getting
Come on.
Titans and Patriots should have to forfeit this week. Ready, set,
Oh,
go.
I'm not doing that. I mean, clearly, if you're not respecting protocols, the Titans should. It gets a little more complex with the Patriots. Oh, so the argument is, look, it's an odd season. There should have been protocols in place. It's not the Titans' fault that, okay, obviously the Titans should have to forfeit this game. What they did is absolutely unacceptable. The fact that they weren't overseen by the organization is understandable because there are so many moving factors right now. The city of Nashville has been a mess. honestly is the Titans' fault. How could they let this happen on their watch when they are looking after an entire team? They know the situation. And, not only should they have to forfeit games, they shouldn't have to give up picks. Clearly, this is going to affect everyone. We will be hypocrites, but because by the end of the season, every team will have gone through this.
All right, good job.
Wow.
Okay, now it's my turn.
Well done.
Thank you.
Mine is Broncos should tank.
F you.
All right, listen. There has never been a better season to tank than this one. Not only do you have Trevor Lawrence on the board, but you also cannot tank ever. Because John Elway doesn't do that. John Elway doesn't purposely lose games. It's just not in his blood. It's not what he's going to do. But this time is different because you have Trevor Lawrence, and you don't have to worry about fans in the stands. You can lose as many games as you want, and there's never going to affect the fact that you have to think about the future. And the future is in winning the draft lottery. It's all about winning the draft lottery because even though there's not a lottery, you still win if you get the number 1 overall pick. You'll never have to think about the quarterback situation because you already have Drew Lock. Why would you tank for Trevor when you already have Drew Lock? Drew Lock is the guy. What you need to be worried about is the offensive line situation. And that's why you should tank, because even though you're not going to get the number 1 overall pick, you might get the number 2 overall pick. And that's where you get Penei Sewell. So that's, I forget where I am in this. You shouldn't ever tank. Don't tank because tanking is bad. And I'm done. That was fun.
Well done.
That was a good one.
Okay.
Mason Perna.
Oh, so this week we're supposed to play the Patriots, and that's not happening anymore. But we figured everyone needed to go down a trip down memory lane this week to really just get those warm and fuzzies going. We've been lacking warm and fuzzies, and because of that, we reached out to a couple of our friends. We reached out to Andrew Mason and Brandon Perna, two very like-minded individuals, and we said, hey, can you guys recap and recount your memories of the 2015 AFC Championship game? And of course, they both said we would love to. Shockingly, their remembrance of this game, exactly the same. Let's see what they had to say.
You remember the day. How could you forget?
I can't even remember that day.
It was that January day in 2016.
2016 was about 2,000 whiskeys ago.
Broncos, Patriots, the last rodeo, at least at home, for the great Peyton Manning. We didn't know it then, although we had a feeling.
The feeling that day evokes in me is hungover. Like Keith Richards and Charlie Sheen were subletting an apartment in my stomach. That's how I felt, subconsciously knowing Peyton Manning's time was done in Denver.
We had a feeling because we'd been watching him through that injury-strangled 2015 season, when at times he struggled to put enough weight on his foot to allow him to throw, when he had a 0.0 rating at one point during that Kansas City game when finally the hook came via injury, via Gary Kubiak decision that put Brock Osweiler in there, and set up for several weeks later when Peyton Manning would return, triumphantly, as it turned out. But that's what sets that up.
I also remember reading some articles about a company. I don't know what happened to it. They were called BSN. But they put out some good content at the time.
We get to the AFC Championship game. It's 46 degrees at kickoff, although the temperature drops. Clouds build up. And in much the same way, the Denver Broncos' ferocious pass rush builds up.
I think defensively speaking in that game, the Broncos' biggest regret was not hitting Tom Brady enough.
Hitting Tom Brady 17 times over the course of the game.
They may have won the game, but Tom Brady was still standing at final whistle, so he was not hit enough.
It would be Peyton Manning's last home game. Maybe Tom Brady, by the time he got on that flight home to New England after what would be a 20-18 loss, maybe Tom Brady felt like it should have been his last game as well, because rarely has he been hit so often, been in so much discomfort as he was from that brilliant Broncos front seven, featuring a pass rush led by Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Derek Wolfe, and Malik Jackson, pounding Tom Brady into submission. Of course, if Peyton Manning had been his 2013 self, this game would have been a blowout. The Patriots wouldn't have moved the ball consistently enough to counter the bombs being thrown by Peyton Manning to his beloved receivers, Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. That wasn't the case in this game. Instead,
I do recall the big dick player was tight end Julius, Jeff Hyatt, no? Virgil Green.
it was a knockdown, drag-out, taut struggle. The Broncos hanging on by their fingernails.
No, not Jeb Pootsier. Who caught those touchdown passes in that? Vernon Davis. Actor Vernon, no.
Hanging on with those 2 touchdowns they'd put in the bank early in the game thanks to what was left of the great Peyton Manning and his skill set. The mind, the ability to diagnose what the Patriots were doing pre-snap, find the coverage he wanted, particularly Jamie Collins on Owen Daniels.
No. Owen Daniels, Owen bumper car, Patriot killer Daniels. 2 touchdowns. That was electric.
And find that veteran tight end from the University of Wisconsin for 2 touchdowns. It sustained the Broncos. They got a little bit of help from the Patriots too. Stephen Gostkowski, you remember him from the misses in week 1? He missed a PAT.
And dumbass Belichick's very own idea, moving the extra point back further, bit him in the buttocks, and what I'm assuming was covered by cut-off shorts.
Which left the Patriots chasing throughout the game. Left them going for it on 4th down when a field goal might have helped. And of course, the Broncos and Chris Harris Jr. got the open field stop on that 4th down. Left the Patriots to go for 2 when they got a touchdown late in the game, finally driving toward a score that could have forced overtime. But then one more round of pressure led to one more errant Tom Brady throw that Bradley Roby intercepted. And when Shiloh Kao fielded the onside kickoff a moment later...
Shiloh Kao. Yes, he did recover that onside kick. And Shiloh Kao always reminds me of my favorite Neil Diamond song. Shiloh, when I was young, I used to call your name. And when no one else would come, Shiloh, you won the game.
The Broncos were headed back to the Super Bowl.
What, you guys aren't Neil Diamond guys?
Headed to Super Bowl 50, which they would win over the Carolina Panthers. They could put on their hats and celebrate. The Broncos winning the AFC on that cool January day, giving Peyton Manning exactly what he wanted in his last rodeo with Tom Brady.
No, it's coming back to me. The thing I remember from that game is the Patriots had trouble with their Microsoft Surfaces.
Had some trouble with their Microsoft Surface tablets, and the Patriots coaches did not have access to those tablets to show the pictures to their players.
Why would I remember that and not the final score? The Broncos won by at least 2 touchdowns, I think. Peyton Manning set a playoff rushing record. It was crazy. Everybody was drinking and getting wild, and the Broncos went on to the Super Bowl to beat the Panthers. It was the greatest playoff game in Broncos history. And the Patriots sucked.
Oh, God. Both of those guys.
That was amazing.
I
So
love
good.
them so much.
That definitely is my favorite Broncos
And
game.
I hope that left a good taste in your mouth, because you're about to have a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
So if you recall, like I said earlier, we had a Australian listener send us Vegemite and a UK listener send us Marmite. These are 2 things that no one here has ever had, right? Okay.
Yeah, I've tried one of the 2, but it's been like 20 years.
So they all say the traditional way is to eat this on bread with lots of butter and just kind of bury it in there. Everyone said, whatever you do, don't just eat it as a spoon off a spoon.
They're all real concerned it's going to ruin Veggie or Marmite for us.
Yeah.
Like, we care.
Okay. So now we're going to do exactly what they told us not to do.
Yeah.
And we are going to eat these directly off a spoon, back to back. And then after that,
Wait,
we are
back
going
to back. Palate cleanser for a second, and then the second.
So very little beer left. Okay. So I want to start with Marmite. We're going to start with Marmite.
That's the softer.
The consistency is closer to honey. Both of these things smell abhorrent.
Do you want to Do you want to tell the people what you were calling this earlier?
Yeah,
Oh, of
How
course.
have we not said that yet?
The yeasty spread
haven't
off.
said the
We
yeasty
should have
spread
said
off
that
yet.
20 times by now.
This is known as the yeasty spread
Someone
off.
else
Yeasty
called
spread
it
off.
the brown spread spectacular.
The brown spread spectacular is
Back.
nice as well.
Nutella
I was
is
thinking
nice.
of calling this the yeast feast. Gross. So, on 3, boys. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, the way Henry put it in his
Oh my
mouth.
god. How is it that salty?
It tastes like au jus sauce.
Right. If I was to make like a gravy, this would be the starter that you would then add like flour and like,
I tightened up my chest. I didn't realize I couldn't breathe. Like, he's tried to take a breath for the first time since. Oh my goodness.
Henry might be allergic. Please, someone get me water.
Oh. Spreading the other stuff.
there's Marmite on my beer. Oh no, we need some time.
Can I just say not as bad as I thought?
Tastes like cat food.
Way worse than I thought.
Like in the end, super salty. Like it's got a almost like sea flavor to it. But still, I expected to at least dry heave after trying that. I haven't, so I think a smashing success, folks. Henry legitimately might be allergic.
Is there a doctor in the house?
There
We
are.
have an EpiPen.
There aren't.
Henry, don't be afraid to actually tell us you're not okay.
No, I'm okay.
I believe Dr. Alberto's been incarcerated
Oh,
again. We're
thank
trying
God.
to bail him out, so he is not available, just so you know.
Oh, wow.
That was
Terrible. Okay, now we have the... Oh, that's
I hate-
a lot. Whoa.
I hate to say it, folks, but
It's actually like
I
the thinnest layer possible.
thanks. This looks half appetizing. I do think we just had the better of the two.
Oh, I got
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Holy
Now-
crap, that is terrible.
We're about to try the Vegemite,
you.
the
Yes.
British one.
No,
That is-
Marmite is the British one.
Oh, the Vegemite's the one with actual maybe a smidge of nutrition because
No.
it has vegetable something.
Marmite has vegetables in it.
Get it right, people. Jeez.
So dumb.
All right.
That's pretty stupid. Okay, take the one that's like
Hope you enjoy
What
your
is it
NFL
like?
Sunday.
This is like we should call this the Odell Beckham.
This is
the brown
Vegemite.
spread spectacular.
The brown spread spectacular.
Damn.
All right, here we go. Oh my god, it's the same thing, just more salty. Oh,
oh, my tongue is being assaulted. I want it off my lip.
Water.
I want it off my lip.
All right, so you've got Marmite on the right and Vegemite on the left on top.
all right. Now we're gonna have it correctly. It doesn't seem like this is gonna help anything.
That beer, comparatively speaking, is so good.
What
oh
is the
my
point
God.
of this? Like, what is this?
I don't know. Let's find out when we eat it off the bread.
Like, is this a health
Which one are we eating first? The slimier one or the
Are you
less
sure you
slimy?
put butter on these breads?
I got a lot of
I got
butter.
fat.
Ton of butter.
I wish it was just all
All right,
butter.
Marmite first. Marmite first.
I wish we could have just had a spoon
I'm
of
trying
butter.
not to cry from laughter.
Okay, here we
while
go.
Watching you guys.
This is
Do we have to just pound the whole thing?
No, just a bite.
God, tastes like crap, just like the last one.
That's not any better.
How much salt
It's
do you
just
need
less.
in the morning? How much salt?
Oh,
Just have a bag of chips. Eat some Lay's in the morning if this is what you crave.
okay.
Gross.
All right, let's go Vegemite and get this over with.
I hate you all so much.
All right, take it.
No, that chunk had a little more butter.
The
Not
butter.
as bad.
Okay, so we should have told Kale this,
Not
but
as bad. Not as
the
bad.
butter to Vegemite ratio needs to be like 300 to 1.
At least.
And
What do you think it was at?
1 to 1.
he went 1 to 1 on this.
Rookie.
Because I just took the very
Australians
corner.
are still gonna be mad.
I took the very corner, which had a ton of butter, and it wasn't bad.
gross.
No.
Okay,
All right. Well, the one
I'm
that
ready to
hasn't-
declare a winner.
Yeah,
The winner's Vegemite.
that's the first one we tried.
No, the second one on the bread.
this one.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, that's Marmite.
This is the winner.
Marmite is the honeyiest one.
Yeah, Marmite's the one that has a salt in my tongue the least, and thus the winner.
I'm going to go with the Marmite as well.
Wow. All right. Well, I guess I've always felt like I needed to go to Australia So I think I identify with those people more.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Okay, quickly, a couple reveals here. Henry, did you get a Tinder person to respond?
Actually, I got 2.
Oh!
Natalie says to take the Jets +7.
Oh, terrible take.
Caroline says she knows the Jets suck, so take the Cardinals.
Wow!
right.
Caroline. Sweet Caroline.
We have a keeper. Let's go.
We'll let her know.
Caroline, we will see you here later.
Also, Caroline, I mean, enough with the Cliff
Okay,
Kingsbury
and
love.
now revealing the 2 that will need to take shots.
Oh, the
I forgot about
final
this
Or
part.
the hottest take.
hottest take.
Do the right thing, people.
Reveal it.
Let's see.
Oh my God, I almost destroyed you guys into submission.
What was your take?
That Bill Belichick purposely got a positive test so they would cancel the game.
We've got some of the responses here. Benjamin Albright, good friend of the show.
That's good.
Scorcher.
That is pretty good.
Ryan's is the hottest take, but also the most believable.
Interesting.
That's called the double trouble.
no,
I'm gonna
that's
eat
called
some
it
more
doesn't make
Vegemite.
sense.
Delicious.
So, Andre, what do you want to drink
Did a
this
full
morning?
180.
More believable?
And hotter.
What do you want to drink this morning?
Andre?
Oh, God, I sometimes think you people, don't understand the English language. Give me tequila. I'm no longer doing cinnamon-flavored whiskey. That was disgusting last weekend.
All right.
I almost puked on the car on my drive home.
The games have started, so if you're still riding with us just to watch Andre take this shot, you are 100% my kind of person. And Henry, since we had split takes, I guess we don't have to. I already bet on Cardinals -7, so.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
Well, the rule was if he gets a response, we have to bet on it.
Oh, snap.
But they conflicted.
They were conflicted, so.
Well, I mean, you could choose whether you like
we're riding
Caroline or
with
Natalie.
Caroline.
Yeah, then we
Ops.
just rate their
Yeah.
pictures at that point.
We're riding
people
with
want-
Does that
Caroline.
get close to problematic? I'm not. We are
people-
towing this line. But
People would like you not to need to take another shot. They would prefer you take another spoonful.
No, that's assault.
it's not fair.
I'll finish my toast.
You'll
No,
finish your
they want a
toast.
spoonful.
I'm not a bitcher.
Hey, Kale, will you pass me the butter? I'm going to put some more butter on here and finish this little piece.
If you want mine, feel free.
Look at my fingers, Hank.
All right, take the shot. Wait,
Because my mama
Henry should be
raised me
taking a
right.
shot with you, as his was also weak.
Oh, yeah, what? Henry.
That was my understanding, but I
wait.
wasn't gonna.
Was I in last place?
I believe.
Yeah,
so.
you were.
People hate Phil Lindsay now?
No,
What's going on?
You just do not play this game well.
I've won the last 2 polls. You took more shots last show than me.
What
are you talking
last
about?
Shot, I took 0 shots.
You took a shot last show.
Anyways, people
too
agree
much on that
with
side
you
of it.
and think that
Rub 'em
Philip, they
together.
don't think that's a hot take. They think Philip Lindsay is going to come back and have another 1,000-yard season. So they agree with you. That's why they
It's a
didn't
lock.
vote for you.
Who needs salt for the tequila shot when I just finished my toast?
Yeah, let's take a big lick of Marmite.
Yeah, truly. That's the new way we're going to do tequila shots at the office.
Just Marmite rim.
Marmite, yep.
Ooh.
Spencer, how was your experience for the first guest on
I enjoyed it. This is awesome.
the
This is an
Tailgate?
awesome show. I watch it every Sunday morning. Thank you guys for having me on. That was a blast.
Salt first?
Yes.
Don't take your shots weird.
Hey, for what it's worth, the Chiefs have scored in the first minute.
That was off the salt, guys.
Andre always shakes when he takes shots.
It's the most aggressive lime I've ever seen. He's assaulting that lime.
Andre?
That lime literally has nothing left in it. That might come out
Take the shot.
dust.
Henry, does that harken you back to Friday night a little bit? Henry had a rough one Friday night.
I had a really rough one into Saturday morning somehow.
Yeah, it probably is
Broncos-
still affecting you to this
Broncos
day.
yeah.
Europe in here saying, can we both agree that Marmite and Vegemite suck?
Yes.
We can agree.
That's definitive.
Honestly, though, like Vegemite, I think if done right with like at least a 3-to-1 butter to Vegemite, I think it's decent.
Give me some jelly.
Yeah, I mean, just more things with sugar, less things with salt.
King of brown
Yes.
spreads is Nutella. Everyone knows.
What is yeast? I didn't want to know what we were doing coming into this, but can somebody explain what yeast is?
No, I can't.
Tune in next Sunday
I think
find out what you
does any. I don't think anybody knows what yeast is.
No one knows what yeast is.
No.
All right.
It's looking good so far.
Yeah.
Nothing but 0 zeros.
See you guys.
Under week.